We got a woman going all the way viral talking about a topic near and dear to us, why men are approaching. Let's get right into it. Guys, I'll link it so you guys can see it for yourselves. But this is basically in its entirety.
I better pay attention to me tonight. I'm so fucking sick of this shit.
Oh my god.
Touch a boob, buy a drink. I mean, it's like very fucking simple.
So, I mean, you can see why she went viral, right? Touch a boob. The truth is, right? And we see through a lot of this, guys, right? I'm gonna need you to chop in, let me know in the comments. You've seen this where there'll be a complaint about why men aren't approaching, and that men are approaching, just not the ones that they would want to approach them. That's the crux of it. That's always the crux of it. What she writes this is right off X, formerly Twitter. She writes, "Why so few young men approaching girls now? Master shift underway where you have eight nines yearning to be chatted up. They get dressed up to go out, but all for nothing." Already, it's the same sort of delusion we've been seeing that's been keeping a lot of these women sort of single, right? Self-proclaimed 8 9. That's debatable. How you feel is how you feel. But when you completely ignore what got us here and hasn't really changed, where you told men they're creeps, they're disgusting, they're awful, that kept them at bay. That kept the good ones at bay. That's why they're more reserved. That's why they took more time to find out about their lives, find their purpose. But what happens? You take those men out of the circulation to get out the game. They say, okay, I now need, because I've listened to you, I now need what we call choosing signals. Show me how you want me to approach. Show me that you're interested. Go the extra mile. So, and by the extra mile, I mean something like looking, smiling, biting over, making the first move. It's a couple feet. It's not a whole mile. If rather than saying something as extreme as touch a boob, you know, and I know, we both know, you do that, you know where you find yourself. Shannon Sharp would be a good example. You'll be another example for us to talk about. Let's not even get into the false allegations. You do something like this that's unwanted, or she wants it now and then later on says, I didn't want it for whatever reason, shame and such that comes from it later on, or just drunk, you're in trouble. And by in trouble, I mean your life is ruined as you know it. So I get it. This is like a good highlight of the how desperate things have gotten. But in reality, we all know better. We all get it. We all know better. You cannot operate like that. You cannot take a woman for a word and you go around. You want an advent of men going around groping women. The fact is, women told us what they did not want. They told us what behavior or masculinity was reprehensible. The men pulled back. That's what we're in the midst of, that pulling back, that recession of the tide. That's not going to change because you simply don't want it. When you were silent during the times when men were being crucified as a whole, there wasn't a lot of opportunities for people going and saying, well, not these type of guys, not these guys. No, as a whole, we had to sit down and listen to what your grievances were. We did. And good men just said, okay, this is the play. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Otherwise, if we're believing you saying, don't forget to believe all women. If we believe in what you were saying, that men have been so disgusting and awful towards you, okay, we don't want to be that. We pulled away. But what was left was what was left. You don't like what was left. You still want your choice. You're saying it like men aren't approaching. The men are still there. The ones are still in your DMs, right? You just don't want them. You want the rest of us that have made some for ourselves. You want us to return to what, maybe a decade and a half ago, but our eyes have been open. We see the world as it is. There's rarely in history do we go back. There's always a march forward. We take what we learn and we reapply, we readjust. That's how things usually work. That's how things usually go. Guys, let me know if I missed anything. Right? Drop it down in the comments. I love the conversation. I want to keep it going. See you in the next one.